Welcome back to the current affairs series, the lectures that we have been doing for the prelims and the mains 2021. In the last lecture, we saw a few very important topics, and continuing that in this lecture also, we will be doing some important topics not only from the mains not only from the prelims as well as from the mains aspect. Now, since the exam has been postponed, so this time should be used for both prelims as well as the mains one. Okay. For that, we are trying to cover the aspects that are not only important from the prelims but the mains and the interview aspect also. Okay. The first topic at hand is the delimitation in J&K. तो यहाँ पे दो चीजें हैं important. First one, the delimitation, and second one is J&K. So J&K was earlier a state, a full-fledged state. Now there are two union territories. The first one is Jammu and Srinagar, comprising of Jammu and Srinagar, and the second one is Ladakh. So why are we studying delimitation in J&K? Because recently Prime Minister of India he held a meeting of the parties, the political parties from Jammu and Kashmir region, to decide on the future of the delimitation activity that has been prescribed under the J&K Reorganization Act 2019. Jammu and Kashmir was reorganized into two union territories by the act of the J&K Reorganization Act 2019, which was done on 5th of August 2019. Now, why news? Because PM has called an all-party meeting for the discussion on delimitation of the union territory of J&K. Earlier, what happened was a delimitation commission was formed in March 2020 to carry out the delimitation exercise in the union territories of J&K and Ladakh. Okay. That committee comprised of basically three kind of people. The first one was the chairman. He was a retired judge, Justice Ranjan Desai. The second one was Chief Election Commissioner of India and the Chief Election Commissioner of the state of J&K, the earlier Chief Commissioner, the earlier state of J&K. The third kind of people that were involved in the whole process were five people who were representatives from the state of earlier earthwise state of J&K. Okay, two people were from Jammu region and three were from Kashmir region. तो delimitation के exercise में जो meetings हो रही थी, तो out of 5 people who were the representatives of J&K, 3 have refused to attend any meeting, citing that the reorganization that was done on 5th of August 2019 was unconstitutional, and they will not be attending the meetings unless and until Supreme Court decides on the constitutionality of the revocation of Article 370. Now, a very important term is delimitation. There are many doubts in the minds of students as to what actually delimitation is. Delimitation is a very simple activity. That means it is nothing more than a redrawing of the boundaries. Like after when India got freedom, it was delimited into 3 territories or 2 countries basically. The first one being Bangladesh or Pakistan, and the second one being India. That activity was an act of delimiting. Okay, so delimiting का meaning क्या है? A redrawing of boundaries. Okay, so basically we are redrawing the boundaries. Okay, so redrawing the boundaries. So what are we going to redraw? Are we going to redraw the boundary of the state? No. Because delimitation commission is not the authority that has the power to do that. Okay, only the legislature of the parliament, the country or the parliament can do that. The boundaries of the state can be altered by only the parliament. The second important thing is, then what are we redrawing? We are redrawing the territorial constituencies. Okay, the limits of the territorial constituencies. To understand this delimitation activity, for example, this is UP. Okay, so in UP, the state will be divided into many blocks. Okay, many territorial constituencies. ठीक है, और हर constituency से 1 person will get elected. Okay, हर constituency से 1 person will get elected. For example, this was done in 1950 when the population of the state was 100 people, for example. Okay, this is a hypothetical scenario. This was done in 1950 when the population of the state was 100 people. Then one person per 10 people were assigned, and then 10 blocks were made and 10 constituencies were formed. In 2010, okay, in 2000, after 50 years, for example, people grow to number 500. So that population that has now grown to 500 may not be adequately represented by these kind of constituencies. Okay, so that demands the reconstruction or redrawal of the boundaries of the territorial constituencies. Okay, in that case, what we do is we redraw the boundaries of the existing territorial constituencies, so that every territorial constituency has, say, approximately same number of people. It is not necessary that every territorial constituency has the same number of people. Okay, approximately, as far as possible. The constitution mentions that as far as practicable. Okay, so now what happens is, some contiguous areas जिनका population for example 10 है, अब इन सारी constituencies का population 10, ठीक है, तो अगर 500 लोग हैं तो हमें 50 constituencies चाहिए होंगे. We'll be needing 50 constituencies so that the population can be adequately represented. Okay, so this activity, as the constitution prescribes, shall be done after every census, or census is conducted after every 10 years, like 1951, 1961, 1971, 1981, 91, 2000, 91, 2001, 2011, now 2021 का census. So the constitution prescribes that the delimitation shall be done after every census, but that is not a limitation. Okay, the state can delimit even prior to the census, but after census a delimitation is to be necessarily done. So if we try to understand the history of this whole delimitation process, what happened was 1951 में delimitation हुआ, 1952 61 में हुआ, 71 में हुआ, 19 okay, first of all, a bit about delimitation commission. Okay, about something about delimitation commission. Okay, delimitation commission is a constitutional body. First of all, it is a constitutional body. Second important thing about the delimitation commission is the decision of the delimitation commission is final and it is binding on everyone. It cannot even be challenged in the court of law. The decision of the delimitation commission is final and binding. It cannot be challenged in any court of law. Okay, the first one is constitutional body. Second one is it is the decision of delimitation commission is final. The third one is it is formed after every census. The third important point is it is formed after every census through an act of the parliament. Okay, it is formed after every census through an act of the parliament. So what happens is, after every census, for example in 2001 census was conducted, अब 2001 के बाद 2002 में delimitation commission parliament will enact a law, okay, delimitation act 2002 for example, and then a delimitation commission will be formed through that. Okay, understood? So it is established by a parliamentary law. Okay, the third important thing is that the delimitation commission usually comprises of, it is not a constitutional prescription, but yes, it usually comprises of a retired judge or the members of the election commission, basically the chief election commissioner or any election commissioner appointed by or recommended by the chief election commissioner, and such members as the government deems fit. Okay, in this case, in case of Jammu and Kashmir, the members have been chosen as the erstwhile representatives of the state. 2 from J&K, 1 is MP, 1 is MLA, and 3 from the Srinagar region. Okay. That was a bit about delimitation commission. Now, Article 80 says that readjustment after every census. Article 80 says that there should be readjustment done of the territorial boundaries. A delimitation should be done after every census. Okay, and this delimitation. Now, what is the purpose of delimitation? There are two. Okay, it is very important to understand delimitation, the whole exercise of delimitation in detail, because there are many times, 2-3 times there have been questions in prelims also. Okay, and even in mains there can be question about the delimitation whole process in GS1. Okay, it is very important as to understand what delimitation does and what is the purpose of delimiting the boundaries. The first one is Article 80 says that Article 80, there are two articles, Article 80 and Article 170. Now Article 80 says that after every census there should be delimitation of the territories of the whole country. Okay. But that delimitation should be done for the allocation of seats of Lok Sabha. Article 20 very specifically talks about Lok Sabha. Okay. Lok Sabha. Now it is very important to understand why Lok Sabha and why is there not one single act that delimits the whole country. Okay. So article, because there are two kind of legislature in the country. Our country is a federal, the structure of the governance of our country is federal nature. So in that case, there are two kind of legislatures. The first one is parliament, okay, wherein the Lok Sabha and people get directly elected to Lok Sabha, okay. In Rajya Sabha, there is of course indirect election. तो लोक सभा में डायरेक्टली इलेक्ट होते हैं लोग, एंड फॉर दैट आर्टिकल 80. अब लोकसभा में लोग इलेक्ट कैसे होते हैं? इन ए जनरल इलेक्शन थ्रू आउट द कंट्री. अब एक जनरल इलेक्शन में पूरे कंट्री को एक टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में यूनिफॉर्मली डिवाइड किया जाता है. ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज इंडिया. ओके, नाउ यूपी, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू कंसीडर देयर आर ओनली 4 स्टेट्स इन कंट्री, यूपी, एमपी, असम, ओके, एंड गुजरात. अगर इंडिया में ये 4 स्टेट्स ही होते, ओके, एक हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन में अगर इंडिया में ये 4 स्टेट्स होते, तो वी आर ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट डिलिमिटेशन डज. तो इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि हर स्टेट का अपना, ओके, हर स्टेट का अपना लेजिस्लेचर है और सारे स्टेट्स को मिला के एक पार्लियामेंट है. ओके, दिस इज पार्लियामेंट. व्हाट हैपेंस इज कि एक जनरल इलेक्शन होता है. जनरल इलेक्शन पे इन सारे स्टेट्स को डिवाइड किया जाता है टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज में. नाउ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन प्रिस्क्राइब्स दैट द होल कंट्री शुड बी डिवाइडेड इन सच अ वे दैट एज फार एज प्रैक्टिकेबल the seats are allocated on the basis of the population. Okay, the first important thing is that seats are allocated on the basis of population. मतलब कि 2 टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज में, है ना, एक टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी ये है, एक टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी ये है, एक टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी ये है, फॉर एग्जांपल ये की है. तो इन सारी टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज में पॉपुलेशन का रेशियो फिक्स होना चाहिए. ओके, पॉपुलेशन कौन सी पॉपुलेशन? ऑफ कोर्स द पर्सन, पीपल हु आर एलिजिबल टू वोट, है ना. मतलब अगर इस टेरिटोरियल इस एरिया को टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी बनाया जा रहा है, इसको दूसरा टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी बनाया जा रहा है, इसको तीसरा, तो इन तीनों में जो पॉपुलेशन का रेशियो है वो फिक्स होना चाहिए. मतलब अगर यहाँ पे इस टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में 50 पीपल है, तो इसमें भी 50 होने चाहिए, इसमें भी 50 होने चाहिए, एज फार एज प्रैक्टिकेबल, है ना. अगर पॉसिबल ही नहीं है तो इट कैन रिड्यूस और डिक्रीज, बट नॉट very much. ठीक है, as far as practicable the exercise of delimitation should be done so that the ratio of the populations of different territorial constituencies is fixed as far as practicable. तो ये तो हो गया कि अगर हम यूपी को टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज में डिवाइड करें तो. द सेकेंड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज कि अगर यूपी में 50 पीपल है टोटल, ओके, और एमपी में 100 पीपल है, तो दूसरा इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ये है कि अगर यूपी में 50 पीपल है और एमपी में 100 पीपल है, तो यूपी को उतनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज मिलनी चाहिए, यूपी को उतनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज मिलनी चाहिए जो एमपी को कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज मिले जितनी, है ना. तो इनका पॉपुलेशन रेशियो फिक्स रहे. इनका पॉपुलेशन रेशियो फिक्स्ड है। कैसे? अगर 10 people, if every constituency consists of 10 people, okay, in that case in UP 5 constituencies will be needed and in MP 10 constituencies will be needed. Understood? This sets two important things कि first one is कि UP will be needing, इसीलिए states में लोकसभा सीट्स की disparities है। जिस स्टेट की ज्यादा पॉपुलेशन है वहां पे ज्यादा सीट्स हैं, जिस स्टेट की कम पॉपुलेशन है वहां पे कम सीट्स हैं। तो यहां पे एक दूसरा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट अराइज होता है कि जिन स्टेट्स ने अपनी पॉपुलेशन को लिमिट करने के लिए स्टेप्स उठाए हैं, है ना, दोज स्टेट्स which have done a good work in family planning and limiting the population growth, they are being disadvantaged. Why? Because now a parliament में MP will get 10 seats, okay, whereas UP will get 5 seats. So representation of UP becomes less, despite the fact that UP did a right thing by trying to control their population level. Okay, despite this, UP gets lower representation in parliament. Okay, to correct this, what happened was in 1976, ठीक है, to incentivize the population control, ठीक है, to incentivize the population control, what government did was, government brought 42nd Amendment Act. Okay, 42nd Amendment Act was not brought to incentivize population control as such, but there was a part of that act which incentivized population control, and that was the 42nd Amendment Act 1976. What this act did was, it set a limit that up to 2000, okay, मतलब 76 से 24 ईयर हेंस या 25 ईयर्स हेंस, क्योंकि अगला सेंसस 1971 से 81 में होने वाला था, उसके बाद 91, फिर 2001, तो नेक्स्ट सेंसस इट ट्राइड टू फ्रीज अप टू 25 ईयर्स, 76 से 25, 2001 आ जाएगा। तो 2001 के सेंसस तक इस अमेंडमेंट एक्ट ने डीलिमिटेशन एक्सरसाइज को फिक्स कर दिया कि अब डीलिमिटेशन नहीं होगा कब तक, 2001 तक, या 2001 के सेंसस के बाद ही डीलिमिटेशन हो सकता है। इससे क्या होगा कि जिन स्टेट्स ने, अब फॉर एग्जांपल एट दैट टाइम वन ऑफ स्टेट लाइक केरला, ओके, केरला वाज परफॉर्मिंग वेरी वेल इन कंट्रोलिंग इट्स पॉपुलेशन, बट केरला का रिप्रेजेंटेशन पार्लियामेंट में लगातार कम होते जाता, क्योंकि अगर 2001 तक what government thought was कि if 2001, 25 years from now, if Kerala or such states which are trying to reduce their population, trying to control their population, they will not be benefited, because some states are not applying any kind of measures to control their population. The population growth in these states will continue, and the population decline because of the measures taken in these states will continue to, है ना? In that case, the states which have taken action to control the population growth will be not incentivized. Okay, तो इस चीज को खत्म करने के लिए 42nd Amendment Act 1976, what it did was, it fixed the delimitation exercise, or it froze the delimitation exercise till 2000 on the population level of 1971. यानी 1971 के जो सेंसस का पॉपुलेशन है वही पॉपुलेशन लेवल का टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज 19 आगे 2001 तक आने वाले सारे लोकसभा इलेक्शंस में वही यूज होगा। अंडरस्टूड? दैट वाज द फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एक्ट in the direction of population control or in the direction of delimitation. Okay, now we will try to understand. 1952, 62 and 72 में delimitation exercise हुई, 1951 के सेंसस के बाद, 61 के सेंसस के बाद, 1971 के सेंसस के बाद। Again 1976 में 42nd Amendment Act was brought which froze the delimitation exercise till 2000 or till the census of 2001 to the level of 1971 census. मतलब 1976 के आगे 2000 तक किसी भी प्रकार का बाउंड्री चेंज नहीं होगा, किस चीज का, टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज का, फॉर लोकसभा सीट्स. ओके, नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड in 2002, 84th amendment act 2001 was brought. Okay, and allocation of seats in Lok Sabha frozen. Now this ban that was imposed in 1976, that was extended till 2026, 25 years more. Okay, so that the incentive of population control can be provided. Okay, and then but 84th amendment did a different thing, that it provided that the states can rationalize their own territorial constituencies. मतलब okay, very basic in very layman terms, delimitation exercise जो है, delimitation, okay, ये दो चीजें करता है. The first one is allocation of seats, allocation of seats कहां पे, either लोकसभा और द स्टेट असेंबली. ठीक है, इन लोकसभा एंड स्टेट लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली. The second thing that the activity of delimitation does is it fixes the territorial boundaries. It fixes the territorial boundaries, okay, of constituencies. Okay, इसको लिख लेते हैं. Territorial boundaries of constituencies are fixed. मतलब पहला डिलिमिटेशन का मीनिंग क्या हुआ, दो चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है डिलिमिटेशन में. फर्स्ट तो एलोकेशन ऑफ सीट्स. एलोकेशन ऑफ सीट्स किस बेसिस पे होगा, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ पॉपुलेशन. तो डिलिमिटेशन में दो एक्सरसाइजेस हैं. फर्स्ट वन इज एलोकेशन ऑफ सीट्स इन लोकसभा एंड स्टेट लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली, बोथ. ठीक है, अगर फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू कंसीडर लोकसभा, है ना, तो लोकसभा में जो सीट्स का एलोकेशन है वो डिसाइड होगा डिलिमिटेशन एक्टिविटी के थ्रू. ठीक है, 543 इज द टोटल स्ट्रेंथ दैट हैज बीन डिसाइडेड बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. अब उस 543 में, ओके, 543 में किस स्टेट को कितनी सीट्स मिलनी है, दैट विल डिपेंड अपॉन द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ द स्टेट. अब वो कहां से पता चलेगा, टू सेंसस के थ्रू. हर सेंसस के बाद पता चल जाएगा कि व्हाट इज द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ दिस स्टेट, एंड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट पॉपुलेशन फिगर the seats in Lok Sabha will be fixed for that particular state. Okay, now the first thing has been done. The second aspect of this is territorial boundaries of the constituencies. Now how the territorial boundaries of the constituencies are fixed, that is also important. अब territorial boundaries of constituencies कहाँ पे होंगी, states के अंदर होंगी. अब ये example, for example UP, this is UP. तो टेरिटोरियल पहला तो काम हुआ कि यूपी को कितनी सीट्स मिलेंगी लोकसभा में. दूसरा काम हुआ कि यूपी में जो पॉपुलेशन है ना, उस पॉपुलेशन को हम कैसे टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में डिवाइड करें, या लोकसभा चुनाव क्षेत्र जिसे हम कहते हैं, ओके, इन हिंदी. तो हाउ टू डिवाइड दीज एरियाज, द होल स्टेट, इनटू टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज. दैट एक्ट इज आल्सो दैट अ पार्ट ऑफ डिलिमिटेशन. ओके, तो व्हाट हैपेंड वाज कि 1976 में जो एक्ट आया, 86th अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 2001, ओके, 84th अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 2001, सॉरी, what it did was it fixed the Lok Sabha seats. Okay, it said that the seats in Lok Sabha will be decided on the basis of 1971's population census. Okay, 2000, क्योंकि 2001 में भी सेंसस हुआ, लेकिन 84th amendment act said that the seats in Lok Sabha will not be decided on the basis of the 2001 census but on the basis of 1971 census. Okay, क्योंकि 2001 के सेंसस में बहुत सारे स्टेट्स लाइक यूपी एंड एमपी एंड राजस्थान, इन स्टेट्स का पॉपुलेशन फिगर बहुत हाई था, और जो वेल परफॉर्मिंग स्टेट्स थे लाइक केरला, तमिलनाडु, आंध्रा, कर्नाटका, इन स्टेट्स का पॉपुलेशन फिगर लो था. तो अगर 2001 के सेंसस के बेसिस पे कर देते तो अगेन द स्टेट्स दैट हैव परफॉर्म्ड वेल इन पॉपुलेशन कंट्रोल एंड ऑल दीज एक्टिविटीज विल नॉट हैव बेनिफिटेड, okay, because their representation in the Lok Sabha would have gone down. To control that, 84th Amendment Act 2001 what it did was, first of all, लोक सभा में जो सीट थी वो फिक्स कर दिया 1971 के लेवल पे. But second thing, it allowed it allowed the rationalization of territorial constituencies. Okay, because 42nd Amendment Act not only fixed the Lok Sabha seats but also fixed the territorial constituencies. That was changed in the 84th Amendment Act of 2001 by introducing a relaxation kind of thing, so that the states can adjust their own territorial constituencies, okay, without increasing the seats. मतलब अगर पहले यूपी के पास अगर लोकसभा में यूपी का 40 सीट्स थे, तो अभी भी सीट्स 40 ही होंगी, लेकिन टू अकाउंट फॉर द पॉपुलेशन चेंज विद इन द state of UP can change its territorial constituencies. Okay, that was done by the 84th Amendment Act of 2001. अब ये टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज का जो बाउंड्री है वो किस पॉपुलेशन फिगर पे होगा, दैट वाज इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. तो 84th Amendment Act said that should be done on the basis of 1991 census. ओके, मतलब दो इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हमें यहां से मिले कि एलोकेशन ऑफ सीट्स इन लोकसभा वाज फिक्स्ड, ओके, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ 1971 सेंसस. ओके, यानी लोकसभा में 1971 सेंसस के बेसिस पे जितनी सीट्स पॉपुलेशन रही होगी उसके बेसिस पे लोकसभा में सीट्स होंगी. लेकिन दूसरी थी रैशनलाइजेशन ऑफ सीट्स, ओके, रैशनलाइजेशन ऑफ territorial constituencies was allowed on the basis of 1991 census. ठीक है, दो इंपॉर्टेंट चीज थी 84th Amendment Act 2001 में कि 1971 के बेसिस पे लोकसभा सीट्स का एलोकेशन और 1991 के बेसिस पे टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज का रिकंस्ट्रक्शन. ओके, नाउ इन 2002 in 2003 87th Amendment Act came. It said that जो लोकसभा का जो एलोकेशन है वो तो 1971 के बेसिस पे रहेगा, लेकिन टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज का जो रिकंस्ट्रक्शन है दैट शुड बी डन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ 2001 सेंसस एंड नॉट ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ 1991 सेंसस. ओके, दैट वाज अ मेजर चेंज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड कि जो बिकॉज स्टेट्स का रिकंस्ट्रक्शन तो स्टेट्स के विद इन है ना, तो व्हाई दैट शुड नॉट बी रिफ्लेक्टिंग द करंट लेवल, है ना. तो 2003 में 2001 के सेंसस के बेसिस पे स्टेट्स की टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज को रिकंस्ट्रक्ट करने का परमिशन मिला, बट द एलोकेशन इन द लोकसभा वाज फिक्स्ड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ 1971 सेंसस. नाउ वी रिटर्न बैक टू द delimitation in J&K and why is it being done and what are the laws that are permitting us to do the delimitation act right now. ठीक है, okay, now prior to how in the state of J&K it was done prior to 2019. okay, prior to the reorganization act of J&K 2019, ठीक है, the delimitation was done through two acts. The first one was Jammu and Kashmir Constitution, it prescribed that, and the second was J&K Representation of Peoples Act 1957. okay, on the basis of this it was delimited 1963, 73 and 1995. okay, in 2001 the delimitation exercise was freezed till 2026, similar to the Constitution of India, similar to the Indian practice, mainland practice. State of J&K में भी जो delimitation exercise थी that was frozen till the year of 2026. Now what is the controversy associated with this whole delimitation exercise? There are two. The first one is there have been many voices arising from various sections of Jammu region. ठीक है, क्योंकि Jammu region is the more plain वाला region है ना, valley, और जो श्रीनगर that is a very the upper region or the hilly region. ठीक है, तो currently there are 86 seats in Assembly of J&K. ठीक है, there are 86 seats in Assembly of J&K which are contested. अब 86 plus 24 क्यों? 24 seats are reserved for the POK. okay, तो 86 सीट्स हैं जहां पे इलेक्शन होता है, लेकिन 24 सीट्स आर लेफ्ट वेकेंट फॉर द पाकिस्तान ऑक्यूपाइड कश्मीर का जो JNK का पार्ट जो POK में है उसके रिप्रेजेंटेशन के लिए 24 सीट्स को ब्लैंक रखा जाता है हर बार। ओके, तो अब इन 86 सीट्स में क्या डिवीजन है कि कश्मीर रीजन हैज गॉट 46 सीट्स। ओके, कश्मीर रीजन हैज गॉट 46 सीट्स, जम्मू रीजन हैज गॉट 37 सीट्स एंड द लद्दाख रीजन हैज गॉट 4 सीट्स। तो कश्मीर रीजन और जम्मू रीजन के बीच में एक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है कि द जम्मू रीजन हैज बीन अंडर रिप्रेजेंटेड। ओके, और देयर हैज बीन मेनी वॉइसेस कि द जम्मू रीजन इज नॉट प्रॉपर्ली रिप्रेजेंटेड इन द असेंबली डिस्पाइट दैट जम्मू रीजन इज ऑल्सो हैविंग हायर पॉपुलेशन एंड ऑल। ठीक है, तो डिलिमिटेशन इस तरीके से किया गया है कि कश्मीर रीजन इज बीइंग फेवर्ड ओवर द जम्मू रीजन। ठीक है, इन दैट केस पहली कंट्रोवर्सी तो ये है। द सेकंड कंट्रोवर्सी इज कि द अर्लियर पार्टीज लाइक PDP एंड नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस दे आर सेइंग दैट द होल reorganization of state of J&K was unconstitutional, so we are not going to abide by it. Okay, after 2019 delimitation is to be done in accordance with the J&K Reorganization Act 2019. जिस एक्ट के थ्रू J&K का रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन किया गया, दैट एक्ट इटसेल्फ प्रोवाइड्स फॉर द डिलिमिटेशन एक्सरसाइज। ओके, व्हाई? बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स 2000 when the state has itself been split up into two parts, J&K and Ladakh, so in that case the territorial constituency should be reconstructed based on the new population figures of the states or the union territories. ठीक है, तो Constitution of India and RPA 1951 of course. So in March 2020 what happened was Justice Ranjan Desai committee was formed for the delimitation. Chief Election Commissioner of India and the Chief Election Commissioner of State of Jammu along with the 5 associate members of the commission, that was the whole composition of the commission, है ना। तो 3 people were from the 5 associate members, 3 people were from the Srinagar region, and they have denied, they have refused to attend the meetings of the delimitation commission. Okay, and due to the pandemic also, it was to submit its report within a year, but due to pandemic a 1 year extension has been granted to the commission, and now Prime Minister of India, he is trying to bring the erstwhile political parties into the whole discussion, and that is why this was in news. Okay, so I hope you understood this.